Hello. Uh, this is the overtoast replay analysis. That's not overtoast. This is overtoast. UEF player on a Setons map. Small disclaimer before I go full dive into this. I'm not a Setons player. This is There is like a specific meta that Setons players do. It's always been like that ever since this goddamn map was conceived. But for now, this is a my perspective, like what would I do, like how would I do it, what would I not do, and why would I not do it for this specific game in question. Think about Hydra, like 2 clicks away, about 30-second walk, maybe 1 minute walk. Still, you can get away with just like one pigeon and then grab all 4 mexes, reclaim rocks. This is 2 players control shift. You can see the rock reclaim. You can see plenty of rock. The advantages of this side, you have more mexes here and here. This, I think like it's 7, maybe 15 mexes compared to the Navy player on the other side, which he has like only like 10. Fuck, I'm not gonna count that. Like 10, 12 mexes. So you have like 3 more mexes. But as a downside, your Navy expansion is slower since you can like expand only here, or you can like edge build here, which is like considered to be kind of unsafe. Only pro gamers do that move. That being said, you have a pawn here, which you can hide your ACU. This is where usually go people to hide their ACU. Most of the time, you don't want to just walk over trees, which trees are valuable reclaim. If you can afford, let's do some right clicking, reclaim, and just reclaim the trees till you get to the hydro. It's not gonna hurt you that bad. This factory should be always producing engineers, and you can get your air factory to get the transport and transport to the other side. Now, I have no clue who you're playing against. I mean, I can look. You're playing against white, so equivalent player. He's at disadvantage to you since you have more economy on your side. And I'm pretty sure your navies are gonna be like equally or similar. So this is like what we'll not say like a quality balance. The quality balance if you were against higher rated player and white was like here. That would be kind of fair. But still, it is what it is. Host decided it was a balanced game, so we will go with that. Here, you have mechs. You're grabbing that, you grab the reclaim, you manually click them, that's nice. And you can use this reclaim, and you probably maybe get some overflow from the middle. You can't really rely on that, but it is possible that you get it. Usually with this overflow, you want to upgrade your mechs as fast as possible and start your navy production as fast as possible, which you're already working on, but you're lacking energy department because you upgraded like 2 mechs at the same time. Each of these mechs like consumes like 60 energy, so these 2 mexes alone consuming 120 energy, which you're like exact the amount that you're stalling right now. That's something to keep in mind. They don't like increase in the cost by much over time, like as a upgrade from T2 to Tier 3, but it's still significant enough to put in consideration when you're upgrading mexes. You want to have like at least like a 60 to 80 power overflow before you go for an upgrading mechs. You build some additional energy here, but you're not building any interceptors nor scouts, so you have no potential. This could like he attack like early rush with interceptors. It's possible for this player to do that. Not for this game entirely, because this player is not that really good, but neither are you, so everything is possible. He tries to drop, but he should already lose that. Yeah, he backs off. I'll personally go for transport here and drop units and harass. That is something you can do. You have additional transport. Now you're building some interceptors. 3 interceptors scout is like a good combination of air composition for the like early game. Some people go 2 interceptors, 1 scout, but it's most of the time it's included scout in the, so you can get your vision on your opponent, see when he's going for the navy and like how much of the navy he's going for. You can all spam like a T1 frigates and just like go for it like at you, and you cannot be able to compete even though if you have destroyers. It's difficult to beat, to say the least. You're slowly upgrading your mexes, that's nice. This one you should maybe put on patrol and save, use your mass, use your energy. This is nice, you're always producing engineers. You're adding additional 3 more navies. Not sure why you decide to go to assist with ACU this navy. You could use the ACU build power to further upgrade the mexes, to get maybe T2 of the ACU and like go for the additional like power and stuff, or maybe air. Not saying that this is a bad move, but since it's like so kind of delayed, you could do something else with your ACU. It takes him like 2 minutes, 3 minutes to walk here, and that's like the lost time of ACU. You're sending interceptors to help your ally because his navy is in danger. You should already pull back the interceptors because clearly Orange took care of it. Keeping the navy, well, your air support like close to your navy is much better and much more idealistic. You upgraded it, you got all of these. You can actually even start reclaiming the trees. Now you kind of have like slightly too much of the navy. And you should immediately go for the opponent's side once you get like first frigates. Like it will give you like a good like definition of how much does the enemy have. So that's something to have in mind. Seems like your land like suffered heavy losses. It's kind of difficult for him to compete. You can actually even send some frigates and like edge like get some like freebies hits on the opponent's land, so he kind of stops the push. This is like one way of helping your teammate. Other way of helping your teammate is to get your ACU there with a gun upgrade or something, and then you can just like away along the middle. It's most of the time like this part of the navy job to do that, but like it's fine. You can do it as well. Preferably, you would have a T2 transport, so you can transport your ACU there. You're getting like a sustainable mass income. You're now grabbing these 2 mexes, which is quite heavily delayed. This engineer could grab it easily. You're not making any more air. You're not using your scouts. You should always be scouting for an opening. If you see this, like you can just like send like a couple of artillery units from here, use the transport, and just attack, delay his economy a bit. You see he has a T2 factory. You can go and immediately attack this, since like the destroyer is not even halfway done. He's building all with ACU. You have a larger army than him, so you can definitely like abuse that, and you probably should abuse that always, given the opportunity. upgrading your mexes. So far you have like really efficient economy, which is like kudos to that. That's more than some people can do. I'm not sure why you're backing off with your navy. You should really just like go and kill this. There's not a whole lot he can do to protect this. He can maybe Thor bomb you, but he can do that anyway. So just might as well try kill his HQ, delay his economy, delay his tech advantage that he's gonna gain. The longer you can do that, the better. So you're finally deciding to like attack. That's nice. I would still like to like build like a 6 artillery and maybe 5 artillery and a scout, load down a transport, send it here, cripple the enemy, and then maybe with the second transport put a couple engineers, make a couple factories, and give and be annoying to the enemy. You should focus killing the destroyer rather than killing the torp. Torp doesn't do that much damage to the player, to the, well, frigates. So there's that. This is like kind of inefficient, but it's very good of him to hide his strongest unit behind the building, since it takes really long to kill the building. Trying to repair it. This is all nice, but you should have like maybe done it like a couple minutes ago. Maybe like at minute 9, you should have just attacked. He's gonna try to repair. You could have already killed this destroyer if you just like send it around here and like attack. And I believe you're probably preoccupied, so you should still keep upgrading these mexes. You're floating quite a lot. Seems like your ally died. Kinda expected, given he was like well, much more dangerous player. Also, I noticed now that it's not full share. That's kind of unfortunate. That's not what you see it on display most of the part. You pull back, so he got like a tech upgrade for us free. You at least are getting your own, which is nice. You are lacking like a bit in the power. Like your power is very dodgy, like sketchy. So you should maybe consider upgrading like a T2 air factory and have an engineer, or have a T2 engineer here and get power here as fast as possible. Seems like you are building T2 engineer or T2 power. Just can't find when. Oh no, you're upgrading. You don't want to be energy stalling. One T1 engineer is like equivalent to like a 1 T1 P-gen that is gonna consume in energy. You're going for a second round of attack. You can definitely overwhelm this. And seems like you are aware of that. Keep in mind, for each like destroyed frigate, you gave a lot of mass. Fortunately for you, the ally is not gonna... the enemy is not gonna take advantage of that. He did thought more proactively and build like a PDs, but the frigates and like a T1 PD are like kind of in the same range. You can just like edge, like from the edge, kill this, and the PDs are not gonna reach you. But it seems like this factory will go down. At least it should. And if you do, then now you have advantage. Which means you can pause like your production here. And you can pause like maybe 3 of these here. And just build like from these 2. You don't need to build from all of these. And you should probably set patrol like here and here, in case like some random navy comes up. Also, you can build some scouts, see what he's doing as a back plan. What is he like plan B that he has, if he has one. Most of the time your air will do that for you, but you should still do some scouting on your own, just in case. I see you still have not captured these. This is kind of bad. I guess you didn't know that does belong to you. We're building power, which is nice. Bit like late on that, but still better than ever. We have a T1 factory. You could actually honestly just kill it, reclaim it for mass, and upgrade T2 air factory, and just get like a go for like ASFs and like start helping your air opponent, or you can start like helping your middle opponent. Well, middle dead player that he perished over here. Unfortunately for you. Okay, he has... If you want to deal with air units, you should get some cruisers. We are planning to build like more cruisers and destroyers. That's fine, I guess. Seems like red player decided to help his navy buddy. In this case, it's you. There's actually quite a lot of twerps. This destroyer will go down. This is where the point where you actually just need cruisers, and you definitely need to pause all this production, since like none of these like frigates can shoot on land. Subs are like kind of useless once the destroyers come in play, and you have both, so it's fine. Luckily for you, your air player will assist you, even though it's kind of dodgy engagement out of orange. But at least it buys you some time to recoup your forces. You should upgrade like these mass extractors and ring them with mass storage. This is all additional mass that you're gonna be getting from this. You did fine here. You kind of stopped ringing them after you got like to some point, so this is slightly inefficiency for you. You should maybe even upgrade this one. Assist and upgrade. This is nice, using destroyers to hit on land. This is the PD, so you can just kind of range it if you like attack from the very edge. Yeah, like this. You should still be scouting for opponent navy in here. Maybe just put like a couple of subs if you have. You do. Just like I put like a one sub here, one sub here, one sub here. Everywhere where you can potentially build navy, so you can like be on top of it and kill it instantly once he like starts rebuilding. You just like want to delay his navy as much as possible, since now you won like on the both side, on the eco side and on the navy side, so you kind of have control of like all of this and all of this. The important part was like the stopping the production. It will save you a lot of mass and allow you to invest into different things. You pause these three. You should not pause this one. Building cruisers and like frigates and shield boats is like all additional tools that you can use to beat your enemy. Maybe even upgrade this one to T2 as well, so you can continue on fighting. You start reinforcing the land spam. That's nice, but like your opponents are already like on T2, Tier 3. So T1 land spam not gonna do you that much good. Actually, maybe it will, since it's most of it is just like a T1 for him as well. Alright, seems like you're like investigating whether your opponent has like a navy or if he's rebuilding navy. I saw the blip here, so that means he does. Or he's trying to recoup the mass like that you gave him, which is like 3,000 mass more or less. If you go further up, it's like 5,000, like all of this total. This is a lot of mass that you can get. A lot of economy advantage that you're giving him. This is like a middle fight is going on. You should just like retreat so you can regroup your forces. It seems like you are on top of that, so there is that. The other side of the navy is not doing so well, so you can... Now this is a stretch, but you can start building navy here and start reinforcing it with frigates, so you can allow your teammate to build like T2 more productively, and you can just keep this be on T1 for the most part. You have plenty of cruisers. You can start harassing like his base, just like manually click what you want to attack, and we'll go for it. You would like dealt with this economy. You can start using your transport and just go here and like capture this and build some like a nice fortification for you to just kind of like have fun. Of course, it will be stopped by red or by white. In either cases, like you need to kind of be on top of this if you want to preserve it. You still have not upgraded these. This is 21 minutes into a game. Most better players, objectively better players, will be start going for most of these on tier 3 by now. You're still kind of stuck on T2, both like in your mainland and the island. It's mostly just, it's all of it just T1. That's unfortunate. You don't want to be in that position. You want to be moving already to tier 3 mass extractors. I would say this is a bit like too much an assist, especially when like you're trying to ring all like the remaining of your mexes. You should just kind of alleviate some of the assist of here and maybe ring this one that is nearby, or move to tier 3 with your air. You have a fearsome force of navy, but you cannot use it anywhere. That means you have like too much production. You have a lot of like stuff, but like you cannot use like most of it on anything. You cannot use frigates, which consists like of more than half of your army. You cannot use subs, or you don't want to use your subs. Subs can be used to prevent like a area of denial for engineers from UEF and Cybran. They can shoot the engineers down. You're doing a very nice job killing off the mass, killing off the energy. Energies and mass is like the two most crucial things that you can do to your opponent. You should maybe keep some of your like cruisers here in case of a strap bomber. This could be potentially strap bomber. Seems like you're getting tier 3, but not all of these are ringed yet. That's kind of unfortunate. You want to bring them first, then go for tier 3, since it's more mass efficient in the long run. And like cruisers instantly can deal with any air shenanigans that enemy try to do. And also shield boats are like a great addition to keep your UEF army safe. Destroyers on its own, they're not like as powerful, but with a shield boat, they can be a fear thing, and it's quite difficult to deal with. Since when it comes to Navy, UEF is like pretty well developed in that department. Red is engaging. Orange should have built some SAMs. No, he's lost something. This is why would I like to keep my cruisers, like 2 of them here, so I can stop like stuff like this from happening. Aeon Air Force is a bit brutal, and they can deal with ASS quite good. Like, they don't really need that much of a ASFs. They can go gunship and an ASF combo to kind of alleviate that. This is all gonna be gone. Most likely all of this. This is like where you kind of fall behind total. You never like teched up. You never built battleships. You never had like a T2 or Tier 3 air to kind of help you defend against the future outcomes. And because of this, you're kind of losing a lot of ground here, and you probably potentially lose the game because of this. You should have already been moving your cruisers like in the positions that you can defend, like here and maybe here, so you can defend like at least part of your base, so you don't lose all of it till like the orange recovers back on its feet. You don't want to rely too much on your teammates, but like it requires you to be dependent on it. And these ASFs have nothing on gunships. Yeah, and gunships are really good. Tier 3. Especially if there are insignificant numbers. He's doing the smart thing, he's targeting your power. And he's immediately refocusing to kill your second power. And now you're gonna be energy stalling. Well, you're not energy stalling because your teammates are overflowing their energy to you. You're using your cruisers to kill the gunships. That's nice. Should I do that like a lot more earlier? Also, gunships, they give a lot of mass. 400, 500 each. That's a lot, and plenty. But this is kind of where you drop your advantage. Unfortunately, you're not trying to compete. You're trying to let cruisers do all the work, but like cruisers can only do so much until like enemy starts building TMDs, and that could potentially like negate all of the cruisers that you build. Sure, you're gonna be safe against like torpedoes and gunships, but you're not gonna be able to do much of anything else. You're still able to harass yellow because yellow has not built any TMDs, but like I'm pretty sure he's trying to build as much as possible to negate all of your cruiser attack. Should I really just focus on like retaking this part and this part and just try attack any direction using battleships to further advance your advantage that you have potentially? Enemies like enemy navy, it seems like yours is gonna have like more mexes and it's gonna have bigger economy, so this like part of the navy is bound to lose at some point. It is just simply bound to lose. The matter of the question is when. So it's important that you win your side, which you did, but like now you need to go for like a further. You need to like be annoying to everyone on the enemy team. as much as possible. Now let's go back to you. It's still kind of producing a lot of land, which honestly you should not be doing that. Seems like blue got it covered, and yellow doesn't seem to be initiating any attack, nor does he like seems to want to. We just overall lack the plan B. Well, not plan B, but like further planning for killing your opponent. Not scouting this is also kind of a crucial mistake. You don't know what you're up against. Not scouting this is also a bit of a mistake. You don't know what you're up against. You don't know how much like things are being protected, and how much like further investments you need to do. And even though you have a stronger game, stronger side, you're not gaining like any additional advantage. All the advantage that you're gaining can be easily rebuilt or negated. As you can see, like shields and TMDs can stop a lot of cruiser attacks. White even goes for Novax. I'm not sure how he bloody has the economy to do that, but okay. Novax it is. And like, this is not gonna break through. And if it does, like, he has a second shield to support it. So, this is not achieving a whole lot. Upgrading T2 mexes to tier 3. Upgrading these mexes to T2 will be like much better choice. Stopping to spam like the navy units to save up mass for additional stuff will be also be good. Upgrading like factories to T2 to tier 3 is also a good idea. You rebuild your power, which is nice. You're kind of like equilibrium of power right now. Not in the ideal spot, but like better nonetheless. You're having an air factory, but like you'll just, I don't know. Okay, you build a bunch of scouts. You want to scout what you're up against. You should maybe rather scout this part rather than scanning yellow. You already know what you're up against on yellow by now. Or maybe just send 2 and like 2 here, or like spread them out. Also, your cruisers are getting destroyed by tier 3 PD. That's a bad micro, I would say. You need some like nuke protection to have at this point. It's like 31 minutes into a game. Like SMD, like a nuke defense, or maybe nuke yourself. You want to be able to attack, to be offensive, to be a threat to the enemy. You thought of the battleship a bit too late. And now you only just now 31 minutes into a game, you just now have like a tier 3 engineer to help you build like a tier 3 stuff. And like all of this in base was not even recaptured or retaken. And it seems like you're not making like a big enough efforts to do that. If you're gonna do this, move shield boat on top of your navy so it doesn't die to artillery or gunships in this case. This is like what Rev was doing behind the back. and the only one who doesn't have SMD is you. I don't really count middle because middle is like expendable units. Not a whole lot, much of a further development can happen here. It needs to be well coordinated between red and yellow to attack at the same time. Blue has SMD. I would say it's probably loaded. Orange has SMD. It's most definitely loaded. You don't have SMD because you only got engineer at 31 minutes. You got tier 3 engineer like so late that it's impossible to quantify the how much of losses that is. Your mass income is not too bad, but you should still be upgrading these mexes. You did upgrade 2 of them, which is nice, but you should have continued to upgrade. You can upgrade, you can press upgrade, pause, and then like assign all engineers to upgrade the paused mexes. That also works. Inefficient, but it works. At least you get something done that way. You kill one of the 3 HQs that he had. Good job. You should be really pounding on white. You see that he's building Novax. You see that he has a lot of artillery. Most of his artillery can be prevented by your shield boats. Now you see some T2 spam, mostly Reptides. Good against T1 frigates if their numbers are sufficient. But I think he can only attack in waves. He cannot really attack like in a stream. Now you here believe that you have a big enough army to crush tier 3 and T2 defenses here. It's very optimistic for you to think that. You can go for it, try it, but most of the time it just doesn't work. You're leaving a lot of mass here as well. These are all your cruisers, and these are all enemy gunships. Of course, you're gonna be fine. You have a lot of navy. Most of it's unnecessary to have at this stage. T1 frigates are like completely obsolete, I would say, and yet they are consisting of like 90% of your army. You still don't have SMD, nor you have any inclination to build one. You have battleship, good for raiding the land forces, which you can raid the middle easily, or more preferably you should raid this part, since it's easier to kind of crush this and it's like more important structures here. You are gonna get hit by the artillery, since artillery range is like in the kind of the same range as a battleship, I believe. I think this is the range of artillery as well. If not, artillery is even longer, I believe. But no matter that, I think I'm gonna speed up the game because not a whole lot of new is happening on either this side. So I'm speeding up by 3. Enemy has Novax, it's finally been detected. You can use these markers, put this and like type it's Novax. We're finally going for like a roundabout push. With some combination of T1 and Tier 3, you can definitely get that. Now, the nuke has been launched, and I'm probably guessing it's launching towards you. Yeah, as I predicted. Why is it launching towards you and not the others? Well, because they fortify themselves with nuke defense, both of the players. You, on the other hand, did not. So this nuke is 100% flying forwards you. They scouted consistently, well, as consistently as they could possibly do. And they decided to nuke you and your ACU that was probably on top of it. And that's you being dead. You were aware, most likely. Well, okay, you were not aware of that they had nuke, but regardless of that, you should have acknowledged that they will probably have a nuke at this point. Brain dead, no SMDs. You got tier 3 engineer like 6 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago. That's like 28 minutes too late in a 38-minute game. And now they can easily just like go for a win, which they most likely do. I'll speed up the game and go for the observer. Support ACUs. This was probably the next thing that was gonna happen anyway. Like, even if he didn't nuke you, he's gonna support ACUs and probably drop it here or somewhere. And since all of this has been destroyed, since it's not full share game, you can just go and like grab it. I do wonder if these are like a combat ACUs or they're just RAS. They are RAS ACUs. Okay, that's fine. And they can reclaim. Novax is now putting a pressure on the Blues Navy, on the Blues land. I will personally go for the Navy instantly, since that triples the production by a lot. Even T2 subs can't do much against destroyers. Well, it was a ram one, but like still. Unfortunate. White is not that good at the game, but like neither were you in this specific situation. Second nuke, probably flying towards middle. Middle doesn't have any SMD prepared, which is a reasonable assumption. And it's in the coordination with yellow, so when this gets destroyed, it will initiate the attack. Yeah, this is all gone. Yellow attacks in. Not attacking that valuable targets. He's attacking pigeons, which is actually that is valuable target. He should have maybe attacked the mass fabricator. That will deal a lot of surround damage. Yeah, that immediately opens up the base. Now you kill this one, and that immediately opens up more of the base. And now blue is gaining ground on you. And you can load 6 of these on the... Damn. That's a lot. Not sure why he opted in for the... Oh, maybe he wanted this UEF tier 2 factory for the transport. That's fine. Novax is like doing a lot of pressure, as I would say. That's what Novax is designed to do. Put a lot of pressure. These gunships, as successful as they are in their like a hold off, they are gonna die to anti-air, even if it's just puny T1 anti-air. If there's enough of it, it will kill it. Oh, this is a lot of gunships. That's a lot of gunships. I believe this game is kind of over. Fat boy for the rescue, but it's too late, I'm afraid. The ground has been gained and he got like a significant margin, and he can just go for the fat boy and kill it. That's a lot of gunships. Combination of... oh no, never mind. I believe these gunships do come on top. Maybe not. Maybe... nah, not even close. They are definitely putting up a fight. Oh my god, that's so much damage. That's a lot of ASFs that just died. Another nuke in the middle with more reinforcements behind it. Yeah, this game seems pretty over. I honestly think this is like, should have been over like maybe 10 minutes ago. Just two players. It's a lot of spam. It actually drops my speed. And White is doing very good job of like denying the mexes and other stuff. I would still go for the Navy. Almost died. Tries to build a tier 3 PD, but it doesn't work against like a spam like this. This is Mimi. I'll just build like 20 artillery pieces and shoot at base. Maber is up, that's something, but that Maber is not gonna see to fire its bullets that much. Yeah, Total of 3 bullets fired. At least we get to see where they land. They're 5 shots. That's 1 miss. The neighbor can miss. That's a hit. And that's a devastating damage for just 3 shots. And 1 of them missed. It's like White completed another Novax, 3rd Novax. Yeah. I'm gonna pause the game. This is, I think you should get like a general idea of what went wrong. You didn't economy up when you defeated the white guy's navy. You didn't put enough pressure for when the attack was initiated. Like when you tried to initiate attack, you didn't advance in tech like consistently. You dropped your tech advantage very fast. And overall, you just kind of played bad, unfortunately. It was enough to keep off White off your back, but like you still need to worry about the rest of your team, and rest of the team came to help sooner or later, and that's what crippled you immensely. You never had like a plan B or like a failsafe to protect yourself, and overall, it's just kind of a bummer that this kind of happened to you. Anyway, that's been for me. Overtoast. I hope you kind of learned something from this. Yeah, have wonderful games in the future.